Now, we all know there are dozens of variations of Ramone, from Cars 1, Cars 2, Cars 3, the Toons, Expanded Universe stuff, and yet Mattel really favors, at least over the last few years, Union Jack Ramone. I mean, the fact that he got a mini racer as well, he got released in 2020 with the paint gun, metallic, and regular, and here we are in 2024 with the regular Union Jack Ramone without the painting piece there, whatever you want to call that. And yeah, I'm happy that they're not doing the body shop version, which is what this would be called. Not doing that one again, but come on, like, why not go back to a classic red hydraulic Ramone, as they called him? There are so many good possibilities. They have done a couple Ghost Light Ramones over the last couple years, but man, like, I would love to see like yellow Ramone back. I would love to see red Ramone. Some of those more just classic ones, even like a hydraulic Radiator Springs Ramone from Cars 2 would be super cool. Even intro Ramone returning would be pretty awesome. But hey, what are you gonna do? But this guy came out of 2024 Singles Case L, which I just reviewed. I'll leave the link for that in the description below, and card suggestion pop up in the top right hand corner. Really good case. We did review Logan Gearsall already and GRC Max Schnell, so definitely check out my reviews of those if you are interested. I think both are pretty nice. It makes for a pretty good case overall. But yeah, let's get into it here with UJ Ramone. Now, unfortunately, the artwork that they use for him is the body shop version, because you can see the paint gun right there. Now, does that really bother me? A little bit, yeah. At least they named him Union Jack Ramone and not body shop Union Jack Ramone. We've never seen the artwork for just Union Jack Ramone, so that's why I'm a little bit more okay with it. It's not like the artwork exists out there and they just didn't use it. No, it's because Union Jack Ramone was never released as a single, and so never necessitated the need to create artwork. It never necessitated the creation of the artwork. That was probably the better way to say that. But yeah, so it looks good, and the paint gun isn't even that visible. On the back here, you have the 4 other Cars 2 characters they've done this year. Like McQueen with racing wheels. Of course, you have Artist Ramone. So yeah, they like that one too. I mean, the fact that they've released him twice within 3 years is absurd to me. And not even with the paint gun. Like, they're, I don't know, it's so weird. Like, Cars 2 Ramones just, Radiator Springs Ramone, like, I get the first one, like the regular one they did as a chase, so technically they aren't supposed to re-release it, but they have re-released chases now. So why not do the hydraulic version of Radiator Springs Ramone, or find like a new version from Cars 2 to do, like a hydraulic Artist Ramone or a hydraulic Union Jack Ramone. Like, do something like that, spruce it up. Anyways, Otis, Holly Shiftwell. Now, the reason why they didn't do that many characters from Cars 2 this year is because the GRCs, right? So they basically are doing a lot of Cars 2 characters just through the avenue of the GRCs, in which you're getting a whole bunch of World Grand Prix racers with new paint jobs. But yeah, they haven't messed up like where a car has appeared in a while, which is good. You know, on the back of these card backs when it says as seen in Cars 2. When they started doing that convention, that identification, they messed up a couple. So it's good to see that they are fully on track now. And I will be right back with Union Jack Ramone all opened up. Obviously, thanks to Astro Smokey for helping me get these Case L cars and the Case J cars and the Case K cars and the Case H cars. Because, yeah, the US kind of sucks right now. There is Union Jack Ramone from Cars 2. We all know where he appears. And, of course, kind of transforms into the body shop version, which is like his weapon during that London chase fight scene. Also, want to shout out GetMeCollecitlbes. Unfortunately, he doesn't have some of these newer cases in, but he still has a whole lot of good stuff. Check out his eBay store, always linked in the description below, and his email if you want to ask him about something. I'm sure he'll be getting in a new case soon. Like, he's bound to get Case H in soon, because he got Case G in June, right? So we should be getting there soon, guys. I hope we can get back to normal within the US distribution landscape here. But yeah, I am very excited to take a gander here at Union Jack Ramone. Like I said, he really has not been released all that much. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is his only second release. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in that 11 pack, I believe it was, exclusive to Target with Captured Professor Z. That was technically his first release, and I am just struggling. I don't think he was released after that, because they immediately then did this guy in early 2017, right? Man, I feel like they did do this guy again, and I'm just blanking on it. Maybe it wasn't another multi-pack. You guys let me know. That's your job. Let me know how else Union Jack Ramone got released, because this is the original version from 2012 here, as evidenced by the date stamp. Actually, no, this must have been 2013. Produced on the 127th day of 2013 is what that means. I always say 2012 because that's what the box style was. Like the aesthetic as the box was more 2012 than it was 2013, in my opinion. I'll have to go back and look. But yeah, that would mean he was a 2013 release, actually. You do have the Chevrolet copyright up there, the trademark, because he is a Chevy Impala. But yeah, let's take a gander on how he has evolved over the last decade plus. Expression similar, but is a little different. You do have the teeth now painted white, which is good. It's always a good thing when the teeth get painted and not just glossed over in red. Now, excuse me, it does look like the blue paint is a little grainy, and that's kind of unusual. Like, obviously he's glossier, but it's not as solid of a blue as the original. Like, let's zoom in here. And yeah, you can kind of see the graininess, the consistency there. Not great. So I'm not in love with that. It's something that you would expect like with the decals, but not with the paint itself. So that's a little disappointing, but it is what it is. I like the expression better. I think the eyeliner really just gives him a little bit more of a realistic and more of an animated expression, if that makes any sense. On the side here, you can see how different the wheels are, which has applied to pretty much all the Ramones that have been converted to Thailand. They don't have that kind of silvery chrome trim. That's a little dulled now, and the muddled, it's not as gold, right? It's more of like a mustard, Dijon mustard color there for the wheels. Obviously, neither of those things are good, but yeah. You do at least still have the silver trim around the windows, which looks good. You do have this little dot now that's black instead of silver. And of course, as with all Ramones, they have the little pop-up inside, which I believe says, might say like stay low. I honestly forgot what that thing says in there. What does that thing say? That's been in like every Ramone since there was a certain time, even starting in, I think actually, yeah, they started doing this when Ramone was still being made from China. They added that little pop-up thing, but it was obviously after 2013 here. But yeah, the windows are now gray opaque instead of the more transparent, but you're looking at the interior pace. You do have the silver trim around the license plate, which actually is really nice, instead of just red trim, which I don't think would be accurate. So that's good. I think the taillights look better. They're a little bit more profound. They're a little bit more well, what's a good word for it? Refined, a little crisper. I think at the end of the day, this variant will just come out as a scratch, just as a push. I think the expression's better on the Thailand version, but the paint's not quite as good. The wheels, but that applies to all Ramones, just not quite as good. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Obviously, we have some more work to do here in comparing him to the other versions of Union Jack Ramone. So yeah, when was this guy made here? So yeah, the 314th day of 2016 at the EAA factory. So yeah, this was the early 2017 release here. I feel like there's no way they went from 2013 to 2017 without doing any Union Jack Ramone. So the real question is, did they do something? I'm going to have to look it up when the video kind of comes to a conclusion. I'll add like another segment in. Like I have to know now at this point. I've always loved the expression they did for the body shop version of Union Jack Ramone. Just kind of the very determined, feisty looking expression. And they kind of changed into like a smiling variant. Like the eyes are similar, but they may look like he's smiling here. So I'm not huge on that, but like, hey, it works still. I don't have a loose version of the Thailand Union Jack Body Shop Ramone, but I obviously have the metallic one because they only did him from Thailand. This was in 2020, the 15th week of 2020 to be exact, in the Scavenger Hunt series. It really is a nice metallic release. What would have been better is if all the red components were metallic as well. That's asking a lot, I understand, and they did kind of do that with the Super Chase in 2020, the Transforming Lightning McQueen, which was metallic blue and metallic red. So it would have kind of been the same vibe, but not a Super Chase. The reason I say that, though, is because, you know, the chrome elements, like the silver version or the silver trim and all that, got upgraded to chrome. So they did at least take that up a peg, and obviously the blue, but the red, unfortunately, was left as it is. But I'm fine with that. I get it. Gotta save the good stuff for the Super Chases. And here we have not too long ago when they did a regular Union Jack Ramone, so no paint gun. I don't think they have never done a mini racer with one of the paint guns, so no body shop mini racing Ramones. But yeah, again, a very random choice for a mini. But they love Union Jack Ramone. Like Mattel, one of their favorites, Union Jack Ramone. They obviously like Artist Ramone a lot. Ghostlight Ramone is honestly kind of popular as well in a certain sense. Of course, you have your Purple Ramone, who's gotten a fair amount of releases. They have done the yellow hydraulic one a couple times since 2019. But Red Ramone has really just gotten the shaft. They did do Green Ramone in 2021. Gosh. Lightning Ramone and Cruisin' Ramone, those are two others. So basically all the Red Ramones just have gotten like the shaft. They're like, what the hell, Mattel? We exist too. We're still cool. They did do Cruisin' Ramone in 2020, though. I will say that. But Lightning Ramone, Hydraulic Lightning Ramone, and Red Ramone, definitely just kind of forgotten about. They have done Red Ramone as a mini racer, though. So there is that. There's a lot of elements here to Ramone. A lot of layers. All right. So, yeah. I mean, Red Ramone's just such a classic. I just feel like they got to revisit him one of these days. But yeah, being, decked out in the UK's flag design, there's not a ton of other Ramones that are similar to him to do a comparison with. But for laughs and gigs, we will show a couple other Ramones here. Of course, this is the original 2007 Ghostlight Ramone. Yep, this guy's an oldie, but he still looks phenomenal. Of course, you have your Purple Ramones. Yeah, this is like the variant, the Chinese variant. They put that thing back there. They changed up a couple things, made them a lot brighter, changed the expression a little bit. There are so many variants of Ramone. It's like, it'll literally make your mind spin. You got your Vietnam Purple Ramone here. Like, it's just wild to me how different these two look, even though they're supposed to be the exact same release and all that. And I think the Vietnam version looks good, but it took a different approach for sure. You have the most recent release of Ramone, and one of the best ones, in my opinion, what I'm calling Sunset Ramone, or the Cars on the Road, road trip, whatever you want to classify him as, Ramone, that finally hit the U.S. in the weirdest way possible. Basically, Sunset Ramone wanted to get to the U.S. so badly, and Target was like, nah, like, we don't want to get any more. We got 2024 2-packs in like October of 2023, and we're freaking done with them. We're done with those 2-packs. They have not gotten a new case in almost a year. And the crazy part is that 2024 2-packs came out in October of last year. And so they're like, no, we're not getting in the case with Sunset Ramone, let alone even the one with Red and Stanley. And Walmart was like, fine, I'll do it myself. And they bring back the 2-pack line for the first time in like 4 to 5 years. And so there you have it. There you have it, guys. It's actually crazy. It's crazy that 2-packs are back at Walmart. It's true. You heard me say it in one of the previous videos that I saw 2-packs at Walmart. I was the first one to find them there. But because I just found 2 rando 2-packs that were not in the same case, were not released in the same year together, I was like, no way. They had to have been like returns of some sort. They weren't even on designated 2-pack pegs. Didn't think anything of it. And then World of Cars goes and finds a whole like display with 2-packs, and like, holy cow, that is game changing for the hobby. And I know this is a weird video to talk about this in, but it's important. Like, it really is game changing in my opinion, the fact that Walmart, who a lot of people have criticized for downsizing their car selection, now they have gone back 2-packs after all this time. Like, the last two, did they have, I feel like they did have a couple in 2020, or did they? No, like, I feel like 2019 was the last year, because I do remember finding like Jet Robinson and the Fabulous Hudson Hornet 2-pack there, but I don't feel like I remember finding like Ray Reverham or like Nikki B, Flo, Chick Hicks, Crew Chief type 2-packs there. Like, I feel like 2019 was the last year. So 5 years, that's absolutely crazy. But what's even crazier is that all these characters go together and actually look kind of good because of the events of Cars 2, one of the weirdest. It's such a strange. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments below. What is your favorite version of Ramone? I'll be right back with the answer to that question. But yeah, let me know. Think about it for a second. And we're back. And I was right. A lot of my inclinations were correct. My first inclination being that his first release was in that 2012. It wasn't an 11-pack. It was actually a girthy 12-pack. But the reason that mine shows 2013 is because he was indeed, as I kind of hinted at, released in another multi-pack. Wow, no focusing. Okay, yeah, this is the 2013 version from that other multi-pack, the second multi-pack that he was released in which Chauncey Fairs was the new exclusive car in that pack. I remember now, I do have 2 of these. I have another loose one in storage. It's crazy that a car that was only released twice up until now, I have 2 loose of, but it's because he was released in 2 multi-packs with other good stuff in it. Obviously, I got the 12-pack for him and captured Professor Z, and then he later was released in 2013 in a 7-pack exclusive to Target with Chauncey Fairs, again, where he wasn't the main spotlight of the pack. Both of his releases, even though he was technically exclusive to each of them, he was never featured as the exclusive car, which is very strange, very wild, but super interesting. A little lore there for you guys. So yeah, it has been since 2013, a good 9 years since they've done a regular Union Jack Ramone. So really cool there. Again, just kind of circling back to some of these characters and variants. And so why not Lightning Ramone? Why not Red Ramone, right, guys? Why not Chuck Manifold, who was only released once in 2009? Why not? All right, guys. Bye now.